It's 7 o'clock on a Monday. Oh, here comes Shadow. And we're at it again. This is going to be a good week. I have good intentions. I'm planning on making some things happen, hopefully. So, what we're going to do is give everybody a few minutes to mosey on in before we get started. What's up? This is Shadow, my co-host, who has to be in every damn video I make. Oh, yeah. Or she'll sit outside my door and sit there and meow the whole time. So, I either have to make a video with her or listen to the meows and scratches and bangs. Diana says, Michael, you're looking dapper this evening. Well, thank you. I'm looking dapper. I will choose to take that as a compliment. Now, this is my new shirt that I got for Easter. It's tradition that every Easter I get a new Hawaiian shirt. And this time we have pineapples. I like it. And I got a new tank top. It's blue. So, pretty excited for my new tank tops. Oh, we quit chewing on it. So, how was your Easter? I don't want to get started on mine. Everybody that I wanted to be here was all over different parts of Colorado, so it is what it is, I guess. Oh, yeah. I did get my blueberries planted, though. I got a new blueberry bush, so now I've got 3 blueberries out there. Probably won't get any blueberries this year off them. The one in the middle looks like it died, so I'm hoping it comes back, but I don't have high hopes for it. I think that heat wave we had last year did more damage to it than I thought. I love that shirt. Periwinkle is one of my favorite colors. Well, cool. I like it too. Huh. Yeah, I like pretty much anything blue, purple, green, white, black. What else we got? Technicolored. I had a good Easter. I went to a beautiful church that I'm thinking of joining. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'm not very religious, but Easter to me is more of a family friend thing, and I didn't have either. Everybody, well, the girls were here, but they went out to their friend's house and hung out with them, and then Sam had to work, and Ty didn't come down, and Donovan and Alyssa were out at their nanny's house, and I don't know. Kind of a blah year for me. But it happens. Huh, it happens. We entertained ourselves. We planted a blueberry bush. I planned where my pumpkins are going to go this year. And with it being, well, right now it's 75 degrees outside. It's 7 o'clock in the afternoon. It is 81 in my office. So it's warm. I'm planting pumpkins. I'm going to get the pumpkins start them tomorrow. So hopefully I'll have pumpkins this year. Because we didn't get any pumpkins last year, huh? Between the heat wave and I don't know if they're my neighbor's cats or if they're strays, but they came over and sprayed my freaking plants. And this year we'll spray them with a hose. The weather is so nice. I walked around and looked at the beautiful houses and gardens. Awesome. Yeah, it's been nice here too. I've been enjoying it. Looking forward to the week. It's supposed to be like 80 something tomorrow. I don't know. It said 81 on Saturday, but this is Colorado. It'll change. Shadow. Will you stop? Freaking leave my microphone alone. Let's see. Tuesday, high of 84. Oh, look, it's going to rain on Friday. Sure it will. It'll get cloudy and then move on. And then back up to 57, 68. So it's going to be a warm week here in Colorado. That's okay. I'm good with spring. I'm so excited for spring. Like normally I love winter. I love Christmas. I love Halloween. I love the fall. So this is like one of the few times where it's been a few. don't even know what the hell that was. It's been one of the few times where I actually look forward to spring. So, it's been a long winter. Kind of excited to get the pool set up and get the plants in the ground and all that other good groovy shit. So, God, yeah. And she's shedding. Where's your brush? I don't know where your brush is. You're lucky. Oh. Nice. I'm getting comments on a comment that I made on a singles group on Facebook. The smart ass in me had to reply to something. I like my rental home, but it's not the best street. People litter a lot. The house next to me is abandoned and dumpy. Oh, that's a bummer. My neighborhood's pretty nice. I mean, it gets loud some days. We got families that seem to like to party at the drop of a hat, but with it being a brick house, I really don't hear very much. So, it's usually not too bad. Till when it gets closer to like summer, then it's periodically we get the mariachi music vibrating through the glass. But aside from that, but that's okay because a few shots of my drink and a sleepy time tea, and I'm out like a light. So it doesn't matter. So anywho, we'll give this a few more minutes because my stress level has been dialed to 11 for like the last 2 months. And Saturday was the first day I actually took off. Wow. Since I tried to go on vacation in March to Utah. So, yay. I would love to live in a nice neighborhood, but that normally means I'd have to buy a house. Yep. I don't know. There's rentals here. Like one across the street and the one two houses down are rentals. So it just depends. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can't. I'm locked into this one. Oh, but aside from that, yay. So, I'm writing a blog post for Wednesday, right? And it's a kind of a complimentary to the one I wrote last week about low content books. This one's about low content book ideas, then kind of go a little bit further into each one. And it's given me a lot of ideas. Not just for WriterSanctuary, but for like all the other brands I have too, like Crossing Colorado. So I might have to play around with some of them. There's a blank recipe book on Amazon that is like in the top 100 for, what was it, cooking encyclopedias. And it ranks at like 45,000 total for the Amazon's bestseller list. If to put that into perspective, my book is in like 2 million something. So this blank book is beating my ass. Then again, I don't really market my book, so. But it just goes to show that low content books still do fairly well as long as you stick with a niche and market it well. Because like I mentioned in the blog post last week, the market is saturated as shit. Like everybody on YouTube has all these videos on how to make low content books. Well, all these people that are watching those videos are making those low content books, which means the market gets saturated, devaluing your work. So to combat that, you'd want to center more on a niche or specific genre. Like, so I saw something that just blew me away, and I'm half tempted to buy it because it's a horror coloring book for adults. But the artwork in it's amazing. So I don't know, it's $8.99. I might just buy it. It looks pretty interesting. But it goes, yeah, that just if you can narrow it down and find an audience for it, it'll do fairly well. And that specific coloring book that I mentioned is like, it's a bestseller, and it's something else too. But it's like amazing. The reviews on it are glowing. It sold a lot of copies. So come up with a good idea, people buy it en masse. Yeah, it's giving me a lot of ideas to think about. Or I'd have to share a house with multiple people. Yeah, well, like me, and say I share my house with Grandpa Dan. Grandpa lives in the basement. He's his own little. That's his area. Like we have a dual level house, and he has the entire basement, and he never leaves his room. But he has the whole basement to himself. He has his own bathroom. We've set up a little kitchen area, so he has his own space. And then I pretty much rule the upstairs. So, and since this house is built on an old Air Force base, it is built to withstand a bomb. The floor is about 6 inches of concrete with a steel plate below it with metal I-beams. So I can park a car in my living room. Awesome. You can't hear anything. So like like when you drop stuff on the floor, it doesn't echo through the basement. So it's nice. He sounds like the perfect roommate. Well, like he'll stop by and say hi to me when he gets home from work, and he'll hang out here, little bullshit for about 15, 20 minutes, and then he goes and moseys on into the basement. He has all of his stuff down there, so it's kind of nice having separate spots. Like before, when we lived in Westminster, we were just split in a 3-bedroom house, and we had common areas like the kitchen. We both shared the kitchen. Everybody had to share the bathroom. This house has 3 bathrooms, which I have my own private bathroom. Ha ha ha! It's one of the biggest selling points for this house. Then the girls have their bathroom that's in the hallway, and then he has in the basement. So it's a completely finished basement, and yeah, he could be doing anything in that basement, and he. I could tell you horror stories, but I'm not going to. Neo's here. She made it. Yeah, we were just talking about houses and Easters. What did you do for Easter? Did you have a good Easter? Mine was kind of blah, but that's because my kids are getting older and it's not as fun anymore. And I'm not religious, so to me it's just normally it's a day for friends and family. I didn't have any friends or family. So essentially it was me and the cats. The girls were here, but they left at like 10 or 11 in the morning to go to their friend's house. And then they came back at about 3. So they were still here, but I don't know. That's what happens when you get to be 18, I guess. My days of having tea parties with stuffed animals are over. Does the series start this Wednesday? Yes, I am. Well, it was going to start last Wednesday, but this is part of the theme today with being stressed out because I had a very terrible week last week. Leonard Kendrick's here. How's it going, Leonard? My daughter went to 2 Easter egg hunts. Too much candy and toy eggs I had to go through. Nice. I remember those days. Last year was the last year we did an Easter egg hunt. It was my 17 and 15-year-old. But we put cash in the eggs. So there's a little bit more motivation for everybody to look. So it was fun. Yesterday was kind of meh, but I got a new shirt out of it, new tank tops. I've got a tiger squishmallow. I love tigers, in case you haven't noticed. But this one matches my huge one that I have on my bed. That's a monster. But it makes one hell of a pillow, I gotta tell you. And they're comfortable as hell. I have one in the living room on the beanbag. Pass right out. But we were just talking about low content book ideas, and I've got a blog post coming out Wednesday, and I'm diving deeper into it. And I came up with a lot of ideas for myself, so I'm like really excited to give it a shot. Probably make a video out of it. But last week kind of fell through. I was going to start my series on building a blog and start with the content, getting the idea for the blog in the first place. And I've got it all planned out, but by the time it came time to film it, I got tied up with client work that lasted for 4 days, and it's still going on. Luckily, it's not nearly as bad as last week, but it was bad enough to stress me to my limits. So that brings us to the topic of today, dealing with stress when you're busy. and I am always busy. I'm tired of being busy. Like today. Let's see, client wrote my book, wrote on 7, so 2 books. Had lunch. I did a Pinterest marketing. I'm doing something different with Pinterest. Wrote tomorrow's blog post for Tip Tuesday. Started writing great ideas for creating your own low content books. The live stream, obviously, and then later I'm going to be working on the homepage to michaelbrockbank.com. And that's just today. Tomorrow is a monster of its own. So, Michael, I'm really picky about where I live. After a few months, I want to live somewhere else. It's like there's always something. Well, the grass is always greener. Hey, Michael, I just got off work. Hey, KDC's here. How's it going, buddy? Driving home now. Quit texting and driving. Gonna smash a car. I hate that. I am very anti-phone in car person. Anywho, I guess we can get started now. Doc, you home should feel like a home. Your home should feel like a home. I think you might want to consider saving up to buy a home if renting isn't working out for you. Yep, I love my house. Like when I first moved in my house, it felt like Grandma's house. And for me, Grandma's house was sanctuary. I had a kind of a rough childhood. And it just, sitting in my office before I gave it to Sam, sitting in my office, and it felt warm. It felt like a home. And so, I love my house. Yeah, the grass is always greener. Yep, it is. You're at a red light. Anyway, I hate it when people text. See, and we get behind a truck, and the guy's on his phone, and the light goes green. He sat there for a good, I don't know, 5-10 seconds. Till we start blasting the horn. Like, get the hell off the road. Anyway. So, I stressed out. My stress levels were dialed to 11 last week. And I think a big part of that was the way that I look at everything. Because if I don't get a blog post or a video out, I feel like I'm letting people down, and it stresses me out. And I didn't get to do anything. I didn't get to write my book, or either one of my books that I'm working on. I didn't really get to do much aside from play around with new software and try to get things hammered out, which still doesn't work quite right, but it is what it is. And I had a moment of clarity this weekend. Yeah. So the first thing I decided is that I'm going to change my focus from productivity to time management. So instead of being worried about trying to hit 1 million words this year, which I'm still on track to do, I'm changing my focus to how much time in the day that I use within an 8-hour window, because that's what I normally do. And I want to get my time management up to a certain percentage past what my average is. So like if I do 80% throughout the day, then that means I put 6.4 hours of solid work. Now, I don't count going to the bathroom, getting coffee, or talking to people as they come in my room or anything like that. This is 6.4 hours of solid actual work, which not a lot of people, even in the professional world, actually puts in that much time. I know because I used to do it. You got people that talk at the water cooler, got people that go to the bathroom, smoke breaks. I mean, there's a lot of things that tap your time throughout the day. So if I can get it to beyond 80%, then usually my days work out fairly well, and that gives me something to look forward to outside of not getting certain things done. So like last week, I got quite a bit of time under my belt, but I didn't get any of the projects I wanted to do. So I didn't get to write anything of my books or the blogs or the videos, and so I stressed out because I couldn't handle, or I can handle it. It bugged me beyond belief. I stressed out way too much over it. And so that's the first thing I wanted to change was instead of worrying about how many words I write today, I'm going to start looking at it more as a time perspective. Because if I manage my time better, I'm going to be getting more words in anyway. Like today, I did really well today. So That's the first thing I want to change. People are talking about trash and grass. It's a city violation to not cut your grass. Yeah, depends on where you live. Get the no-no slips from the city. I used to get those quite a bit. And then something else I wanted to change was not stressing about the things I cannot change. Like stressing out about this software that I'm trying really hard to learn how to use. I mean, it is wonky. I hate it. I'd rather use Asana, but everybody else is on this other system. It bites. So that caused a bit of a stress. Instead, I should view it as something I cannot change. Just got to do it. So it's done. It's over and done with. Getting better time management. Why did I put that twice? I got bullet points to remind me what I want to talk about. So apparently, I wanted to stress time management. Oh, you should, even with renting, you should focus that energy on what you can control. That's funny. I just said that. Stress about the things you have absolute control over. Yeah, because I also have a post coming out tomorrow for Tip Tuesday for the Buy Me Coffee supporters about relating to that. Things you can control. Getting more sleep at night. There we go. There's a good one. I feel so much better on the weekends because I don't have to get up at 5 or 6. Even though people get me up at 6 anyway. Yeah, I'm talking to you and your sister. Pain in the ass. But one of the things I'm going to start doing at night is go back to having a cup of sleepy time tea, which works wonders for me, and curling up on my bed with a good book. So I'm going to spend the last 45 minutes of consciousness every day, reading, relaxing, getting away from the computer monitor and the phone. When I was doing that before, it was working out great until my eyes started bugging really bad because my glasses were so outdated. But now I got brand new glasses, and so I have no excuse. So I want to start doing that starting tonight. If you notice, I didn't have a drink tonight, mostly because I don't have the calories for it. But I'd like to be able to read the books over. So, and I'm going to be working on reading Mom's book and Stephen King's Night Shift. So those are the 2 books I'll read next. Aside from mine, I am loving my book. Like, the second draft of it is a completely different story. Not completely. It's quite a bit different from the first draft, though. I made a lot of changes in it, so I'm so excited to get it done and published. It's a really, really good book, I think, anyway. But then again, every author says that, so take that with a grain of salt. Walking more. There's a good one. Walking is a great stress reliever for me. And now that the temperature is getting up to 80 again, I can go out back and walk around the pool. I've also been, like yesterday, I planted my blueberries. Oh no, I did that. I planted my blueberries today. So I didn't do shit yesterday. Okay, well, blueberries in the ground. I cleaned up yesterday I did clean up the area when I would want to plant snow peas, because I love snow peas. And so I usually have a good 6-foot stretch of where I grow my plants. So I cleaned that out yesterday. But the point is that getting outside and getting some sunlight, getting some vitamin D, walking around, getting the heart rate up, always does wonders for my stress level. So I need to start doing that more often, because I haven't really done that much this winter. And so I think that's probably plays a big role into why I'm so sluggish lately. Let me see where we're at. So today my professor showed us how to self-publish on Amazon. He said it's a great way to start off and make money, as long as you market it. I self-published my first book, which I've done a series on. I've got a video series and a blog series. But if you don't market your book, you're not going to make any money. I am still eager to buy the book. I'm starting to give myself grace to read things not related to writing, training, or school. Well, there you go. I'm eager to publish it. I can't wait. I want to finish it now. Um, that's the hard part about writing this next book, is that that's all I want to do. I don't want to do any blogs. I don't want to do any client work. I just want to work on my book, and I changed quite a bit in it. It's definitely a better story, and I have a little bit of I'm adding a new ending to it. Not really a new ending per se, but it's part of the end that wasn't in the original. So, Easter eggs, because that's how I roll. Yeah. So let's see, where was I? Walking more, playing the right kind of music while I'm walking. That's a good one. I usually, I have a playlist on my computer. Yes, I still use MP3s. I buy them directly off Amazon, or I rip them off CDs. But I do listen to MP3s. I'm not really a big fan of Spotify or anything of those other streaming services. I want to listen to certain songs right now, and I have everything I want right there. So I'll put on some. Usually my music is fast paced, energetic, makes you feel like you can take on the world. So that's what I listen to while I'm outside walking. And about Kingmaker, I already brought up Freelancer's Tale. Yep, I saw that. I know what you meant. I'm really see, and I'm still sending you a signed copy. You don't have to buy the book. You're a Buy Me a Coffee member, so you get a signed copy anyway. You don't need to buy it. It's appreciated though. I'm so stoked. I'm hoping the artwork comes out good, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But with this one, I am going to market the hell out of Kingmaker. It's book 1 of 4, so I want the whole series to be awesome. Yeah, I understand the importance of marketing. Too bad I hate social media. And you don't necessarily have to use social media for marketing. That's where most people will do it. But you also have things like Reddit or Goodreads, YouTube. What's another good platform for books? Contacting a local bookstore, so you have to carry it. Going through Amazon or Barnes and Noble, and they have an option to have your book in their stores. I haven't really explored that much because they don't listen to their email or read their emails, so I'm not really too impressed with Barnes and Noble at the moment. If Barnes and Noble actually put in the effort to compete with Amazon, they could probably do some serious damage to their market, to their profits. First of all, it's the name Barnes and Noble. Everybody knows that it's a bookstore. You got the Nook that goes with it, and then if they were to actually put in the effort, and physical bookstores, which people like, I love going to a physical bookstore. If they would actually improve their process for having indie authors sign up and market their books, they could easily compete with Amazon on a serious level. But they won't, because it's a corporation and they're just looking for profits. So their whole process to sign up is wonky as shit. I mean, it's broken. I hate it. But, so you have to stick with the devil you know, which is Amazon. Let you build your own website and sell your book directly from there, which I'm going to be doing with michaelbrockbank.com. I am going to be installing a store and selling my books directly from it as well. So, I want to support the arts that I love. You are one of them. Well, thank you very much, Neil. It's very appreciated. I'm on Goodreads. So am I. I haven't really done much with it. I've blogged a couple of times, but I'm normally just too busy for it. But I have been on the ball with Pinterest lately, and I think that's because I did schedule time specifically for Pinterest marketing. So I think what I'll start doing is maybe scheduling a half hour, an hour sometime throughout the week, specifically for working with Goodreads. So that might help me remember and squirrel away some time to do it. In the middle of social media, as long as the marketing is genuine, will have to do that when I eventually write a book or even a blog. Yeah. Yeah, I've got like what 500 and something followers on Twitter. I don't really do much on social media. I'm more the type of person I'd rather speak in person, and I'm not the kind of guy that just posts random shit on social media for the sake of posting. I only essentially comment when I have something to say. A fool speaks when he has to say something. So, there are a few times where I leave my sarcastic wit on someone's post, but for the most part, that's one of the biggest problems I have is I just don't know what to push or publish on social media. So I'm trying this Pinterest thing. It works. I think it'd probably be better if I did the same thing with Instagram, but I don't know. Yeah, he mentioned the importance of having your own website. Absolutely, I concur. I agree. In fact, I am planning out a blog post on how to create a website as an author. So there are some great themes out there. Right now, michaelbrockpaint.com is using the Flash theme from ThemeGrill. That's another story for another day. There are some good author themes out there, though. Does this mean I have to get a Twitter? Oh, God, no. Twitter, I am far more active on Twitter than anything else. And my For You page is full of writers. I pretty much latched on to the writing community, and I rarely interact with anything outside of that. And so the algorithm pretty much sends me everything I ever wanted to know about writing. So there are ways to use Twitter without getting triggered or having to sift through tons of asinine stuff. It's not nearly as bad as TikTok. Oh, hey, look at that, Doc. With those social media apps, only get the apps you are actually going to use. If you don't use TikTok, don't make an account for it. Exactly. I do use Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. I don't have a TikTok. I have no intention of making one. I don't have a Tumblr because I have my own websites. Why the hell would I want to blog on Tumblr? What else? I don't use Medium again because I have blogs. I think that's it. Oh, I have Snapchat, but I only use that for my kids because we send stupid snaps throughout the day. If it wasn't for my children, I wouldn't have Snapchat. So, yeah, just sign up for the accounts that you're actually going to use. Otherwise, it's just a waste. In fact, that social media accounts is part of the video series, which I keep wanting to talk about. I keep getting sidetracked. Most creators are making one video for TikTok and posting the same video on Instagram, YouTube, and or Twitter. Yeah, you see the TikTok logo everywhere. It's repurposing content. It's smart because it saves you a ton of time. You can make a 60-second video on TikTok and grab that video and send it anywhere you want because most platforms support video anyway. And so with one video, you can satisfy the needs of 5 or 6 different social media sites. So I just have no intention of joining TikTok because it is a dumpster fire. I don't want to join it. No. Bad enough that I have to fight YouTube's algorithm. I don't need to add TikTok to the mix. What else was it? Oh, moving on. Something else I do to de-stress. When in doubt, post cat pics. Hey, cat pics are huge on social media. Cats and dogs. Do you know, out of all the stuff that I posted on Instagram, my reels of feeding the squirrels by hand, because everybody calls them my pet squirrels, and I'm the squirrel whisperer. I mean, I have a handful of peanuts on my desk, so that when I go outside, I'll have them in my breast pocket, and I'll hand out peanuts to the squirrels. But the reels of the squirrels taking the peanuts, go viral in comparison to anything else I create. I think one had 1,100 views. It's all it was a video of a squirrel. People would rather have that than selfies of me. I have no idea what to post. A picture of me. I don't live a riveting life. I guess I can share my cat. And she's on YouTube enough. Oh, I know a YouTube channel that is just a girl filming her cat sitting and purring. She has tons of subscribers. Yeah, probably an ASMR thing. Or if she's a cute girl. You don't have to have any talent. So, because it's such a beautiful and cute cat. Well, there you go. There's, one guy that, one of our favorite channels was the guy that feeds raccoons in Canada, I think he's at. But he has like 30 raccoons that he feeds hot dogs and shit to. It's amazing. The raccoon guy. Anywho, my thoughts on stress. Meditating. I've been meditating a lot more recently. Oh, mostly to find some freaking zen. It's been a really rough 2 months. Something else I plan on doing is taking a step back from technology, including the phone. Now, one of my favorite things to do last year, we did a card on this last year, was going out back, leaving my phone in my room, stepping completely away from the computer and all that. Go outside with a glass of wine, sit on my porch and watch the sunset for about an hour. That was one of the most peaceful, serene things I did last year. And wow, did it make a difference. It was nice. I didn't have to worry about phones ringing or text messages or beeps or flashes or whatever else my phone does, vibrates. Just me, a glass of wine, and the sun saying goodnight. I'm looking forward to that. I might do it tonight. Actually, I probably won't get a chance because the sun's already gone down. But in about a couple weeks, I'll be able to. Let's see. All you need to find success on Twitch is to be a cute girl. Yeah, that's true. Twitch is getting to be a dumpster fire, though. It's just her cat, not her. She has live streams where the cat just sits there for an hour. She gets donations. What do you think? Do you want to be YouTube thought? Yeah. Yeah. Gorgeous. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think she would sit still in one spot. Shadow's a bit on the feral side. Come on. Yeah. Max, on the other hand, I could probably get Max to sit in. She just glare at the camera, though. Max is kind of an ornery ass. You should do cat pics if he wants to. Like, I should do cat pics if he wants to, not because it's trendy. Yeah. Yep. Well, it's not that I'm trying to find trendy things. It's just that I have nothing else to post. This is a picture of my breakfast. This is a picture of my lunch. I do have an idea for doing one of those 60-second a day in the life ofs that you see from like these tech company girls that get like everything handed to them. There's a room for puppies when they need a break. Except mine's going to be sarcastic as shit. This is a day in the life of a freelancer who lives at home by himself. We don't make tens of thousands of dollars and have free breakfasts and shit, do we? Say, nope, we're a responsible adult. You know what I think you should do? Yeah, you want me to get in a hot tub. That's not going to happen, I'm telling you. Nobody wants to see that. It won't go over well. At least not for another 8 weeks. Yeah. Maybe. But anyway, taking a step back from technology makes a vast improvement on my mental state. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm serious. Last week was like one of the first actual times where I thought about throwing in the towel and being done. And just getting a job here in Denver. I was that wound. And that's why I forced myself to take Saturday off, even though there was all kinds of things I wanted to write. I wanted to work on my book. I wanted to write a blog post. And I thought to myself, no, we have got to take time away and just veg. just no. So I've been forcing myself to take at least Saturdays off, and it made a huge improvement. It was nice to not have to worry about a damn thing all day, and that doesn't happen very often. It should happen way more often than it does, and so I'm gonna start forcing myself to take days off, and starting with Saturdays. Sundays I can't really do that because of how I have Buy Me Coffee set up and my weight loss progress report that I do on Sundays. And those aren't really much of my day. I like doing all three of those things. So it's not that stressful. It's just that I do need to step away from the computer and be done. And so Saturday is day off no matter what. So all I know is that I don't like writing fiction stories. See, I love fiction. I write dark fantasy and horror and sci-fi mostly. Actually, I've written stories in every genre, but my favorite so far has been dark fantasy and horror, with sci-fi being a close third. So, post a pic of a free match rider with a bunch of Russian babes raising money and limousine. See, raising money and limousine. I don't do clickbait. I can't afford a limousine, even to take a picture in front of one. B, I don't have all that luxurious of a lifestyle. Yes, I bought my house, and my credit card debts are paid. And I do make enough money to where I can melt $500 for Easter, $2,000 for Christmas. But that also means I don't have anything in savings. I'm the type of guy that if I have it, I'll spend it. Like, as long as my bills are paid, I don't care. I'll send my daughter $50 a little bit ago for gas. If I have the money and I am caught up, then I'll donate it to charities or give it to people begging on the street. I'll buy neighbors. I'll buy whatever food product my daughters are selling from school that day. So, but I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I have no social life, so that lets me save quite a bit, so I can blow $500 on Easter. It is what it is. When you don't have anybody, when you don't have a social life at all, or even dating, you wind up saving a lot of money. See, unfortunately, the program I'm doing is focused on novels and screenwriting. Oh, screenwriting is something I want to get into. I thought I wanted to do that, but now I don't. No. Well, just gotta find your grooves, all. I love fiction. I love fantasy horror, dark fantasy. Stephen King influences a lot influenced me a lot when I was growing up. Same with Mom. Mom's work is influenced by Stephen King a lot. Dean Koontz. But you just got to find what works best for you. Yeah, I can write a romance novel, but I doubt I'm going to be putting one up on Amazon anytime in the near future. Just got to do what works for you. Yeah, don't waste $400 traveling to see a girl in a different state. Yep. Right? Don't do that. I'm telling you, long distance relationships don't work, man. That's why. It's a small price to pay to avoid a terrible relationship. Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. You spent $400 to realize that she wasn't the one. I guess that's better than going through a divorce and having her take half your shit. Oh, yeah, I got tired of being ghosted last week. I got ghosted for the last time on Facebook dating. I said fuck it and deleted every dating app I was on. So I got rid of Facebook, Bumble, Zeus, Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, and I have a profile on Match.com, but I haven't accessed it in like 3 years, so I have no idea if it's even there. Last time I was on it said it was in Los Angeles, even though I was here in Colorado. Like, no. And it wouldn't fix. So I stopped using it. But yeah, I wiped them all out. I figured, you know what? I'm happy without it. I don't care, to be honest. I love my life. I enjoy what I do. I love being a writer. If somebody wants to be a part of that, then cool. If not, I'm still happy. So, the hell do I care? Your loss. We FaceTime and chat on the phone. It's still, that doesn't matter, man. People, you kids nowadays put too much stock in video and social engagement online. You're missing a lot of the intimacy. And I'm not just talking about rolling around in the hay. I'm talking about the intimate details of somebody when you're with someone that you really like. Their smell, the way they sound when they laugh in real life, the glint in their eye when you look at them, the feel of her hair in your fingers. Shit like that you don't get on FaceTime. So, yeah. I guess I'm old-fashioned that way. But I'm sorry. If you're not in Denver or in the immediate metro area, it's not going to work. Sorry. I'm probably walking into a train wreck, but oh well. Yeah, head on. That light at the end of the tunnel? Yeah, that's the C train. Anywho. So I guess I kind of covered dealing with stress. Nobody else brought anything up, but you know, how do you guys deal with stress? Aside from traveling to Chicago to meet somebody that didn't bother going out there. Still talking to her after all that. And you... Wow. Yeah, I'm just... Wow. Not going to happen. Did you see my last message? I want to do creative writing, but sometimes I feel like this isn't the right program for me. It's terrible to think about. Because if I drop out, I won't have any reason to be here. Well... You just gotta decide what you want to do. Pick something and run with it. My sister and her husband were long distance, and it worked for them. For me, not so much. The end game of long distance is finding out if one person is going to move or not. Is finding out, yeah. Yeah, and some people can do it. But I won't. I'm not gonna happen. So, yeah. And I have no intention of leaving Denver. So if somebody does want to hook up with me long distance, she's going to have to move here. And be comfortable with moving to Estes Park when I sell a best-selling book. Love Estes Park. Love Denver, but I think if I had a pick and money wasn't an object, I would probably spend quite a bit of time in Estes Park. Probably have a flat here in Denver in the metro, but Estes Park would probably be home. Love the mountains. I deal better with cold than I do with heat, so the cooler I am, the better. Yeah, you'd have to be comfortable with that. I am in a creative writing degree, and although there are things that I don't like about it, I still want to get that degree. Yeah. Lots of doors open when you have a degree. Really conflicted. Well, I don't know, you just gotta... I don't know. Just gotta roll with it. Find something you like about whatever it is. If we're going 5 hours to see her is worth it, then go ahead. Eventually, you want to be in the same city more than just a visit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Unless either one of you plan a fucking move, It ain't gonna matter. So, I don't know. I can't do it. No intention. Alright, anywho. Ow, my leg hurts. That's what happens when you get old. Does anybody have anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns? The series. The video series, I will start on Wednesday. It looks like everything is going to work out okay. Knock on wood. And the first of the video series will be out Wednesday. The next one will be on Friday. So that's all planned. It's in Asana. I've got the script already written. So I just have to record it, edit, and upload. So that'll be out Wednesday, hopefully. Last week I said that too, and I'm telling you, last week was like a dumpster fire in gasoline, sinking in quicksand. All of the above. Don't get me wrong, though, I'm gonna still talk to other girls. Yep, because you're a dog. I'm kidding. Love you. But too much emphasis on the female species. I am big on spending your time getting something you want. If your heart is not in the degree, you shouldn't get it. There are people now who have degrees that aren't using. Yeah, I didn't get a degree because I lost my job, and my tuition was too much for me to handle, and the finance department of my college screwed me raw, and so I wasn't able to finish. But if I did, it would have been graphic design, and I'm nowhere near that. So who knows? If I would have got my degree, maybe I would have done more with it, but I've done a plethora of things since then, none of which were involved with graphic design. So I like being a writer. I'm really loving my book. So I think I am where I need to be. I am leaning towards working out more and working on me to handle stress. Exactly. So I'm saying, it's probably another, well, I can't really say that because I was more active last week than I was the week before. It really didn't help much. That's how bad it was. I was seriously thinking about quitting and being done. It was quite a wait. But here we are. I got through it. Just had to take a combination of everything I just listed off. But it worked. And that's the whole point. Is finding things that work best for you. We didn't have a discussion about being exclusive with each other. We are just testing the waters. The fact that you love writing outweighs any degree you could have gotten, Michael. Yeah. Pretty much. I've always been a writer. Like, I submitted my first book when I was 12. I started writing when I was 9. Heavily into computers back then, too. My first book was written on my grandpa's 1930 style ribbon typewriter. We had to, like, add 10 pounds of pressure on each key to get it to click. But that's what my first book was written on. I have no idea where that's at. I don't know if Mom has it or if I threw it away or what, but needless to say, when I submitted my book at 12, I got rejected. But, most of my careers ever since then had something to do with typing, writing, like data entry. I did a lot of data entry when I was back in the day. And then I became a freelance writer in 2012, and I've just been writing ever since. So I've always been a writer, just finally putting in effort to be that. At least it will make me a better writer, and that is important to me. Yeah. Yep. Always, like any kind of education when it comes to writing, or actually anything really. anything you learn is time well spent. And like when I first started writing for Text Broker, I had no idea what to do in AP style English. And so I spent hours upon hours going through Google, watching YouTube videos on how to write better, learning everything I could about SEO content writing. And all of that was time well spent because, well, it turned me into the professional I am today. And so anytime you have a chance to learn anything to take your career forward, take it. Getting the degree is worth it, Doc. If that degree is your path to being a better writer, then that is the path you should take. Yeah, exactly. Feel free to continue talking to the girl with time that you can't get back. Yep. You'll know where you both will take things. Exactly. Remember, every second you spend with her is time that's gone. That's just how time works. You can't roll back the clock. That's a good point, Michael. Education is never a waste of time. Never a waste. Ever. I'm speaking from personal experience with the guys. Yep, Neo is good, is awesome people. She's going to go far. I have faith in Neo's going to take her shit beyond. Well, look at you. Everybody's all thanking Neo. You need to start a column on social media. Neo's Corner. What was it? Dear Abby? Dear Neo? Yeah. Oh, there's an idea for a blog. People can submit your questions. You can even respond to them in a blog post. I wonder if anybody's done that. Kind of like a Dear Abby for blogs. That'd be interesting. Be an advice column. There's probably advice blogs out there, though. I bet. But yeah, I see Neo doing great things. I actually see everybody here doing great things. Everybody has a different path. So, alrighty, should we do our card? It's funny. I try to come up with topics and without Sam here and by myself, I don't know. Maybe I should drink more. So the affirmation card for last week was everything I am looking for I can find within me. And Sam did a good job at breaking that down. So thank you, Michael. Well, you're welcome, Doc. Yeah, I don't think there's a single person that comes in on this show regularly that I don't see doing great things if they put in the effort. So you all are awesome. And in turn, that's what makes me awesome. Getting full of myself now. All right. Anyway, so Sam did a really good job at breaking that down. Unfortunately, she's not here tonight, so I'm going to have to wing this next card. And let's see if we can get the card out here. Cat hair. I'm walking my path with writing and everything else that I am meant to. All I can do is try. Exactly. I can't remember exactly who said it or how it goes, but you will miss 100% of the shots you do not take. My professor believes in me, even though he is very well aware of my weaknesses. Well, that's because most people who go to college are there for a reason. It's not just a hobby. He probably sees more in you than you do, but you just lack as much faith in yourself as he does in you. And I get it. I've done that throughout most of my career. But then when you get to a certain point, you start developing that confidence, and it shouldn't be misconstrued with conceit. Confidence is a whole different ball of wax. When you're arrogant and conceited, you're trying to make everybody else feel inferior to you. A confident person will express his knowledge and ability, but also want to see you succeed at it as well. She lives in the same city as my mom and sister. She lives 10 miles from my mom. Since I'm going to see my sister get baptized next month, I figured I might as well see the girl too. Wow, she's more of an afterthought. That right there should tell you everything you need to know about the career. If your girl is more of an afterthought, then it's not starting off on the right foot. Shouldn't that we could be with a family thing, right? If you're getting baptized, hey, I'm going to take off for about an hour. You better hope she doesn't ask to meet the family. Yeah. I don't know. I was never baptized, so I have no idea what that is or what all that entails. So, but it seems to me that'd be kind of important. Family. Okay. I love how we help each other solve all our problems. Yep, see? Exactly. That's because we have a close-knit, awesome community. There's only 6 of us regularly. I haven't seen Ron in like months, and I'm really worried about him. Like last I heard, you guys were having that storm in Texas, and he hasn't been on since. So, kind of worried. They kind of disappeared on us. Anywho, this next card is I have so much to offer the world. Yeah, and I do. And I'm not saying that to be conceited. I love the story that I have for Kingmaker. It's definitely a mind bender at the end. I think only one person here has probably read it, and I don't know if Neo actually got it all the way through. But everything I do pretty much is offering to the world. Like I built Colorado Plays for the explicit reason of donating 30%, at least 30% of everything it makes goes directly to Extra Life. Extra Life is a charity organization that I fully support. It helps Children's Miracle Network, and I support Children's Hospital here in Denver. So all the money they get, all 30% of the money I get from Colorado Plays goes directly to Extra Life, who then gives it directly to Children's Hospital. The other 70% I use with Colorado Plays, I use it for buying, I bought the themes from Theme Grill. I've upgraded some plugins like Yoast. Pretty much I just roll it back into trying to improve everything else to make more money for it. And I built WriterSanctuary as a way to document my freelance writing and share everything I learned. And so I focus mostly on teaching everybody how to do what I do and how to get the most out of their writing. And then crossing Colorado is just my weight loss journey. I don't know if I've helped anybody with that. But that's pretty much the gist of everything I do centers around helping others. Whether it's, I hope I can entertain some people with the book. A Freelancer's Tale was a book about never giving up, and even when things are their darkest, that if you continue the path and there's more to life than just, I was in a severe depression. My heart stopped in 2016 and I had to leave my family. It was a mess, but I didn't give up. I kept pushing forward, and here I am today. So yeah, I have so much to offer the world. It hits pretty close to home for me, and I will put that in the community tab tomorrow. Wonder if we should try doing these right. And I keep bringing this up. Like on the back it says I am proud of, and then we can write in things that we're proud of. I think this week I'm going to do that. This week, every day, I'm going to write on the back of the card in pencil something that I am proud of for that day. So let's try doing that and see if we can get more out of the cards. There's only, how many here? Let's see, there's only, oh, look at that. There's only 3 left. Cool. So So we have only 3 of these cards left, and then we move on. Sam bought us a new deck from, I think it was Five Below. 54 cards, affirmation cards. Each card has a positive, inspiring message to start your day. Oh, these ones look a little bit more involved. Okay, so we'll start these ones as soon as we're done with these. So probably April. Probably about the middle of May. Yeah. So we'll do that. I found me once a meter. That's a great card. It is. I liked it. I might take an extra day off to spend time with her while I'm out there. I ought to be young again. I can't say much. I rode from Ogden to Roy. That's a fairly long bike ride for a girl. Anyway. With dating, I downloaded the Bumble and Coffee Meet Bagel and a few other apps. I'm not going to make accounts until I'm ready to invest time into getting to know someone. Yeah, I tried Bumble, and out of 300 swipes, only one person matched, and she let the timer run out, so that was it. So there's a 0.5%, 0.05% chance. I calculated it once. It's something like that. 0.5% chance that anybody will match with you. Well, with me anyway. So that was a waste of time. I haven't tried Coffee Meet Bagel. I just don't care anymore. I'm good. I've got too much on my plate right now anyway, so. Deleted my dating apps. All the girls I matched with on there were great for hookups, but that's it. Yeah. Oh. I could tell you horror stories. Data shows that only 19% of people that use dating apps actually find a long-term partner. Yep. And like 80% of women are looking for the top 1% of men. I hate that timer thing on Bumble. I matched with some great guys, but they didn't see. Yeah. Well, it's like that one. I matched with one person, and she let the timer run out, so, like, fuck it. If you're not interested, if you're not even going to put in the effort, then I just don't care. You know, it's a waste of time. I'd rather write my book. I'd rather be golfing. Anywho, so that's what we're going to be working on this week. I have so much to offer the world. I will add it to the community tab tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? I guess I can start wrapping things up. I'm not looking for the top 1% of men. I just want someone like Weevil. I just want somebody with a pulse. I'm not looking for a long distance partner. I tried that when I was in my 20s. I tried it once too, when I was in 19, I think it was. I was willing to move. We ending up breaking up. No longer engaged. I have a kid now, and I am older. Yep. Exactly. If they aren't close by or a U.S. citizen, I'm not even going to bother. Right? Yep. Except, no. Yeah, I agree with that. I think a 50-mile radius is my cutoff point. Anything beyond that, I'm just too lazy. Please be within 5 blocks. Not going to happen, but still. He can be ugly. He just has to be smart and ambitious. Oh, there you go. Date Stephen Hawking. Of course, he's dead now. Dressing nice makes all the difference. Huh? I like how I dress, so, you know, if somebody can't accept my Hawaiian shirts, then it ain't gonna work. Anywho, if you're watching this after the fact, A Freelancer's Tale is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook formats. It's a story about how I got started as a freelance writer all the way up into what I do today. And it's a story about hope and never giving up during one of the darkest moments of my entire life. The link is in the description down below. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. However, I am quite a bit more active on Twitter, but it's turning into a dumpster fire, so I'm probably going to start switching over to Instagram. I don't know yet, so we'll have to see. But you can always find me on YouTube. I reply to just about every comment that my videos get, so... I'm focusing on my talents and things I want to do before starting something with someone. Exactly. Like, oh, the plug-in. Yep. I'm happy no matter what. Like, would it be kind of cool to spend my time with somebody? Sure. Would it be nice to go outside and have a glass of wine and watch the sunset to somebody? Absolutely. Do I need them there to make me happy? Absolutely not. I will enjoy my glass of wine that sunset with or without you. I don't need anybody. I want somebody, but I don't need them. I'm happy. I'm successful. I have a career. And I love my life. I enjoy everything I do. So, ironically, I meshed with girls on Tinder who were 2 hours away and never gave them time of day. Yeah, I have no interest in Tinder either. I want my husband to be my best friend. Yeah, that's ideal. Like, that was one of the things that Sam and I had going for us when we were together, was that Sam is still my best friend. But we just suck as being a couple. So, will there be a live tomorrow? Yes. Sam said she should be here before the show, so they should be live tomorrow. That should be your dating pitch. What? I don't give a fuck? I don't need you. Well, it's not even a dating. It's not even a pitch. It's just how I feel. Like, I'm happy. I am not desperate. I don't need to have somebody constantly in my life. I'm good on my own. I have a lot of fun on my own. So, if you want to be a part of that, that's great. But if not, I'm still going to have fun. But the girl who is 5 hours away is someone I'm willing to sacrifice so much for. Sad. You're pathetic, little man, and you have my pity. But she was also my friend for 6 or 7 months before we met in person. Yeah, hope it works for you. I have my doubts. But, I'm always... You never know. Love could win out, and you guys could wind up getting married and spending the next 50 years with each other until she leaves you for the pool boy. So, dating should be a want, not a need. When it becomes a need, things go south. Yep. Exactly. Yep, I that's how I feel about it. I don't need companionship. I have cats galore. I'm the crazy cat lady on the street. And I take care of squirrels. But I have too much going on that I enjoy doing, like these shows. I like blogging. I love my book. Like, I have lots of things going on. So, ghost me all you want. I'm one of the few guys who can probably say you're a loss and actually mean it. Because I'm quite the package. I'm also learning that dating is supposed to be fun, not serious, but that's hard because I really want to marry and have children. Well, I have children. No, I love my kids. But at my age, I'm playing for keeps. I don't mess with the whole just looking for something casual thing, because I don't want to waste my time. So, and I have fun by myself, like I said. So, there we go. Anywho, I guess we're going to wrap this up. Kind of went off the rails a little bit. But at least I got to talk about stress relief. Things I'm going to do this week to not stress as bad as I did last week, because I was dialed pretty high. So, but I'm thinking this week's going to be better. Everything's going great. I'm hitting all my numbers. Just gotta cross my fingers and hope for the best. Had to think about the children part. Their days. At least Michael has pineapples on his shirt. Exactly, right? Yeah. Pineapples. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't love pineapples? Wow. My tank top almost matches my shirt. Yep. I like it. I like my shirt. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I think we're going to wind this up. Don't forget, Sam and I will be on Crossing Colorado tomorrow at 7 o'clock Mountain Time for our weight loss blog. And boy, do I have a lot to go over. But as for stress, find things that work best for you and stick with them. Sometimes that means you have to do or try everything on some listicle that you saw on Google or BuzzFeed or TikTok or whatever hell you watch. But just remember that just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly for you. You just got to find the best things that do work for you and move on. Because if you don't do something to curtail your stress, you could crash and burn, quit your job, move 1,200 miles away, and stress yourself out. Anyway, have a good evening. Weight loss in Colorado. Yep, crossing Colorado tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Maybe. If you're not here tomorrow, I'll see you on Monday. Unless you watch my video on Wednesday. I'm all over the place. Have a great week.